So, welcome everyone to our masterclass this evening with myself and Katie, which is all around lead generation and showing up consistently online and selling in your stories as well. So, just to kind of do a little bit of an intro, I am Emma, for those of you that don't know me. I'm a business mentor in the wellness realm and any service providers. Um, and tonight I'm going to talk to you a lot about lead generation. I've been talking about it quite a lot, actually, if any of you follow me on Instagram. And we're going to just dive a little bit deeper into that. So what I'll do is I'll hand over to Katie to do a little intro for yourself, Katie, and then I'm going to go into a little bit more depth of my journey and why I'm here.
Yeah, amazing. Thanks, Emma. So I'm Katie. I'm the founder and owner of Elevate Your Socials, and we're a social media management agency that basically we help salons, clinics, and academies to stand out online and position themselves as an expert and attract their dream clients. And today I'm going to be talking all about stories. So, why you need to be showing up on stories, how to show up consistently, how to show up with confidence, and then also how to sell on stories because they're a massive part of Instagram that people just don't utilize enough. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot we're going to be talking about. So, grab your notebook and pen, grab a drink, and yeah, let's dive in.
Definitely. Thank you. So, for those of you that are live, just feel free to use the chat at any point, and we'll try and keep up with it. I'm also just hosting this, so if anyone is coming in, I just need to keep an eye on the wait room as well. So if I look a little bit vacant every now and then, that's what I'm doing, letting people in. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Emma, and just to kind of give you a little bit of a background of my story, I originally started in corporate in a senior manager role, and it was for a company, KPMG accountancy firm, which for those of you that know me, probably think like that's almost like a weird thing for me to have even been in corporate now, because even when I was working in corporate, I had already come to the conclusion that that was not going to be my journey, and that I was, heavily into fitness. So on the side of a senior corporate role that I was running, I basically did all my fitness qualifications and I started building up my own fitness business on the side. And I was training people, teaching classes, doing my personal training, running my own classes and events and everything like that. And I had like that was where my passion was. It was in that industry. And then I had an opportunity to join a company, an independent gym, in with the view to help the owner grow the business into its full potential. And this was a tiny little gym, and it was near where I lived. But I could see that it had so much potential. And from myself coming from a project management background, this for me was like a brand new, exciting project. So I came on board with a view to grow this gym. And basically, over the next 8 years, that was a journey for me, where I basically applied everything that I knew in business and in growing businesses and in leadership into this business. And we went from 1 to 7 gyms, and I built that business up to 8 figures in revenue. And that is now what I teach in my programs. And that from doing that, what happened was I found that I was being asked quite a lot to give people advice. And, I work with a lot of personal trainers in the gyms because I was running 7 sites. So I had a lot of interaction with wellness professionals. And I was also, helping them grow their business. There was a lot of freelance personal trainers there, fitness instructors. And I was getting a lot of inquiries and helping them individually grow their businesses. So that led me on to setting up my own business and supporting those people. And that's where I've come to today basically. And I'm kind of, if anyone's attended any of my masterclasses, I say this quite a lot, but I'm on a mission to bring more solopreneurs, more business owners that are working towards growing their business together so that we can connect, we can collaborate, and that we can grow together. Because it can be quite a lonely space when you're building your own business. I've certainly experienced that, and a lot of people that I work with have experienced that as well. So I'm on this mission to offer more things like this, to bring more of us together so that we can connect and that we can help each other grow. Because I think actually business is a lot more fun when you're not doing it by yourself. So, to lead on to what I want to cover today, I'm going to cover lead generation, why your business needs it. We're going to cover lead generation activities that you can implement immediately into your business. I'm also going to cover what lead magnets are and give you some ideas around that if you haven't got anything in place. And then I'm going to lead on to organic marketing. Now, you'll hear me talk a lot about organic marketing because I believe that you don't need paid ads to grow your business when you first start out. I believe there is a place for paid ads when you are attracting your ideal client and you've got that business already, consistent recurring revenue coming through. But I like to give you strategies and things that you can implement that don't involve paid ads, basically. So when we talk about lead generation, what are we actually talking about? What we are talking about is a strategy for you to attract clients, new leads into your business, new contacts. So it's the process that you can implement to gain more leads, more connections, and more contacts. Because if you want to grow your business, you need clients. Yeah. You cannot scale your business without new leads coming in. It's an essential part. It's almost like the foundational part of your business, and how fast you can grow depends on if you've got these processes in place. If you get this part right, then your business should grow a lot faster because you can have a nice consistent flow of new leads coming in, which means new conversions, new clients all the time, which is what's going to get you to those higher income months. So just pop in the chat because it would be interesting to hear. And don't worry if it is 0, but just pop in the chat so I can have a little look at how many leads you're currently getting into your business. And yeah, don't worry if it's not that many. Oh, I think I've paused the screen share. Oh. So what I want to cover is the activities that you can put in place for your lead generation. So this is kind of the how. It's the methods that you're going to use to get in front of your audience and generate interest. So this is what it could look like. So if you think of lead generation, what we're trying to do is we want more eyes on your business. Yeah, we want to get you out there. So the activities that you could do, and these are all organic, are things like online events to get yourself in front of your ideal client. It could be like we're doing today, like Masterclass. It could be speaker events. You could have downloads. Your website is a big thing. If people are going to your website, that is a lead generation activity. You could run mini courses. There's tons of things, there's tons of activities that can come into your lead generation strategy. Your social media, yeah, you getting yourself out there, that is generating leads if you're doing it in the right way. So this gives you an idea of the type of activities that you could take and put into a strategy. So once you've got the activities, the things that you can do, What you want to then think about is your lead magnet. And you might have heard this before. So what are we talking about when we're thinking about lead magnet? This is the what. So we know what the how is. So this is now the what. It's the what are you going to do for your lead magnet? What are you going to do to attract people to come to you and to hand over their contact details? So the irresistible freebie or the offer that encourages people to take action and give you their details. Because when we're talking lead generation, it's our way of collecting contacts, building our mailing list so that we have those people that we can connect with, we can build that trust, and we can convert into paying clients. So how do we do that? We do that through a lead magnet. Now, it'd be interesting to see actually if any of you have currently got a lead magnet, just pop it in the chat. If you can keep an eye on the chat as well, Katie, while I just go through this.
Yeah.
One thing just to remember as well for your lead magnet, when you're creating a lead magnet, your top tip here is knowing your ideal client, because you need to know exactly what they want in order to attract them. So if you haven't done a deep dive into your ideal client, then that is something that you must do before starting on this strategy and your lead generation. So have you got a lead magnet in place? And don't worry if you haven't, because that's why we're here to give you some ideas. So lead magnet ideas. You could have free downloads. So something that your ideal client really, really wants and is going to give them either a quick wins or some valuable information. Could be in the form of a download. It could be in the form of a template that maybe you could give them. I often see a lot of playbooks at the moment. I don't know if you see that a lot, Katie, but playbooks, people seem to have download my playbook on, how to attract clients or whatever it might be. Cheat sheets, like I see a lot of cheat sheet downloads as well, giving you the information that you need in order, for your ideal clients. You could offer free consultations as a magnet. You could offer discount codes as a magnet. You could offer access to a private community. So that might be, maybe you've got like a private Facebook community. You could give someone access for a month as a trial. Like a lot of my programs, I use Circle. So a lead magnet for me could be that I could give them maybe one of my learning modules within that private community as like a trial or as like for a month or something. So there's a lot of things that you could build into what we call a lead magnet, depending on your ideal client. And this is why it's best to know your ideal client, because then you know what format they would also like a free offer in. So, like a masterclass might work for some people, other people that might just want a free download so that they've got like a checklist or something, they've got it on their phone or, on their computer, and that might work better for them. But that's in knowing who your ideal client is. So these are just some ideas.
Yeah, Emma, we've had someone in the chat mention aftercare as well. So for the clients, which is a
Yeah.
really good one because obviously it's giving like free value and it's helping them to manage. I think it's the hair extension, so it's helping them to manage the hair extensions at home, and obviously getting in those emails as well. So that's a really good one.
Yeah, definitely. And like aftercare as well is a nice way of building that connection with people.
Yeah,
So that
100%.
ability to stay in contact with someone. So that's a really good one. So just a little recap then on what we've covered here. We've covered lead generation, why your business needs it in order to scale. We've just covered some lead generation activities that you can build into your lead generation strategy. And we've gone through some lead magnets as well. So some irresistible freebies that you could build for your ideal client in order for them to exchange their email address or their contact details so that you can build your mailing list. So now we've got that information, we look at the organic marketing of your lead magnet. So here we need to think about online and offline. So if you've got like a brick and mortar business, there's a lot of things that you can do both online and offline. And if you're solely online, you've also got to think, of other ways that you can reach your ideal client other than it just being online. So, like I always say to people, you are more than your Instagram account, because sometimes we can get a little bit too consumed with our Instagram and it can take up a lot of our business time, when actually there's a lot of offline activities that you can do as well. So, if you are like, if you have a brick and mortar business or if you're a local trainer, then the offline activities such as like local events, in-person networking, even like flyers, leaflets, get your QR code on them, get them out into those areas. Like that's really important stuff for you to be reaching your ideal client, in and like collaborating with local businesses in that area as well, client referrals, community boards, all of that kind of offline stuff is super important if you've got brick and mortar business or if you are a local, like I know we've probably got Carol, your personal trainer, like all of that stuff is super important for you. But in addition to that, you have also got the online stuff. So you've also got, which Katie's going to go into a lot more detail on, you've got your social media platforms. And we live in this amazing world now where we can access people in different countries if we want to. So, you've got that social media that you can reach so many more people if you get it right. So there's social media stories, which Kate is going to cover, live sessions that you can do on social media, or even just online sessions. You've also got collaborations online as well that you can do. Email marketing, obviously that's a big thing, and that's the whole point of our lead generation strategy. So we keep building that mailing list. Obviously online, you've got your website and your landing pages as well, which is where you would put your lead magnet. And also like DM strategies as well. So that's another thing you can build into your business. When someone contacts you online, you've got the process in place to be reaching out to them. Thanks for the follow, a little bit of building rapport. Did you know I've got this free, blah, blah, blah. Click here and you can download it. So you're continually offering that lead magnet, and you can do it in a number of ways. I just like to split it into online and offline so you can focus on both areas. If you are online, you do both. If you are brick and mortar business, you can do both. Yeah. So it's just keeping, building all of that into a strategy. And the main thing when you are getting your lead magnet out there is all of these core items that I'm going to go through next are things that will help you reach your ideal client, but also it needs to be included within that marketing plan of your lead magnet and within your lead generation strategy. So, magnetic messaging. You need to speak to your ideal client. Your lead magnet needs to speak to them. It needs to draw them in. So you need to speak in their language. It needs to be exactly what they want. And it also needs to highlight what you're going to do for them so that they want to work with you. So it's kind of like a little trial of what you can do. So you want to make sure that you're speaking to them, but you're getting results at the same time. So they go, oh, I've downloaded this free check sheet, and I've managed to achieve XXX. I think I'll step into their program, or I think I'll, step into their world a little bit more and maybe work with them. That's what you want to do. So that's all in your messaging. Storytelling is a big thing as well. So being able to tell stories of, how you achieve transformations for people, or what it is you do, or behind the scenes. This is all building that rapport with your ideal client. And you want to be able to do that through your lead magnet. Clear call to action. So within your lead magnet, you always want to, after they've downloaded something or they've attended one of your events, or whatever it might be, they need to know what that next step is. So it might be like a free download, and then what you would have within that lead magnet is how they then take that next step and work with you. So it might be that you say, this is your freebie. However, if you want to come and work with me because you've downloaded this, I'll give you a bonus, like a free week or whatever that might be. So you've got that call to action in there so they know exactly how to reach out to you and how to work with you. Now, all of your messaging and everything needs to be you building authority and coming across as the leader in what you do. So you're showing them your expertise. So within that offering, you're showing them how great you are. Yeah. Because remember, it's just a little snippet of what you do and why you're good at what you do. So we've also got community engagement, which can be done in various ways. If you've got a little community group that you're running, then this is great. So you keep everybody engaged. If you're on socials, that's another way that you can keep everybody engaged, because once you've got an engaged community, then they're more likely to obviously purchase from you. So keeping that community engagement is key. And Katie obviously is going to cover a little bit more of that in what she's going through in the stories and everything today. Personal connection. People like to connect with you. If they want to work with you, they need to know you. So getting across who you are, what you do, whether that's through videos or showcasing what you do, whether it's within your lead magnet that you've got a little bit about this is a little bit about me so that they can make that connection with you. Consistently showing up, yeah. So being visible, regularly showing up on all of your platforms and basically showing your ideal client, what you're doing will build your consistency in connecting with them. And people need, before they'll buy from you or even download anything or even hand over their email, they need to build that know, like, and trust. Yeah. So that's what you're always aiming to do. So they need to know you, so you need to get visible. Then you kind of nurture people because they need to like you, yeah, because nobody's going to buy off of someone they don't like. Once you've built that, connection, you've shown them your personality, you've shown them what you can do, you're then building trust and you're showing them social proof of testimonials and this is how I can achieve this transformation with my clients. So you build the trust. So then once you've got that, they're more likely to hand over their email, hand over their contact, reach out to you and hopefully buy your services. So that's something that you build into all of your strategies. And then another thing, the last thing is when you launch like a lead magnet, you obviously want a lot of people to download it. So you want to increase your contacts. So you can do this in a number of ways through urgency, scarcity, and FOMO. And that is just so, for example, if you were to release your lead magnet this week, you've hyped up about it. I've got this amazing freebie coming. You can all have it. For 7 days, it's going to be available for you to download for free. After 7 days, it goes into a low ticket offer. Yeah. So you're creating that urgency and a little bit of scarcity as well, because they might not get it. So then you're encouraging people to do it now rather than, oh, that freebie is always going to be there. So I'll just, when I get round to it, I'll just download it. So it's just a way of getting kind of contacts en masse when you do it in that way. And then once people start downloading it, you can also then add screenshots. Another person's downloaded my freebie today. Make sure you get involved, and that creates a FOMO as well. So these are all core items to build into your strategy and to build into your lead magnet so that you are making sure that you have a nice consistent flow of new leads into your business, which is how you're going to grow your business. So I hope that all makes sense. Now, following from my own advice in putting QR codes in, this is a QR code for my free resources. So you can scan this and that will take you to my free resources page where I've got lots of information on there. So you can download whatever is suitable for you. There's a lot of masterclasses that link very nicely to this one and will cover your ideal client work as well. So take a look at that. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about what else I'm working on, because what we'll do is I'll hand over to Katie and then I'll cover a little bit more if you want to step into my world and work a little bit closer with me. But I'm going to pass over to Katie so that she can continue with this process of how you can get more visible and the social media side of things.
Amazing. Thanks, Emma. That was really good. I feel like I even picked up a few things as well because, you're always learning anyway, but there's always certain like lead magnet ideas that you don't think about. So yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
really useful. Thank you. just gonna set this up. Sorry, bear with me.
That's all
Um,
right. Just going to check the chat as well, just make sure I haven't missed anything, because I always feel like when you're talking, there's a billion different screens in front of you to
yeah.
try and keep on top of. So just while Kate is sorting that out, does anybody have any questions about what I've gone through? Just pop it in the chat if you don't want to come up and talk. Just let me know in the chat if there's anything that I went through there that you need a bit of clarification on, or did that resonate? Did that help you? Thank you, Emma. Took so many tips away. Yeah, lovely. Oh, thank you. Good to hear. And we've got another comment, someone saying that, yeah, their leads, the amount of leads that come in obviously vary from week to week, which I totally get. It's just trying to build that consistency. But you will get that with like a strong lead gen plan in place.
Sorry, Emma, I've got so many screens. I'm just trying to make sure it's on the right one before I start sharing. It's always the technical stuff. We was literally saying this before everyone joined, like it's always the technical stuff that lets you down.
Yeah, it's like the delivery and what you know and what you talk about is what you do all day, every day, isn't it? That's
Exactly.
you start to add in the technical side in. We're always like, please work.
Okay, I think I've got it. Let me just go on to Zoom and share that one. Perfect. Okay, right. Let me know if you can see that or which screen you can see.
It is saying started to share, so we haven't got the slides yet.
Yeah, it says screen sharing's paused. Hmm. Okay, sorry about this. Let me try a different way.
It's not my end that you've definitely got access, so just try again, see if that goes through.
Yeah. Share that screen, share. Okay, can you see that?
Yes, yeah,
Yay! Amazing. So, yeah, I'm Katie and I'm going to be talking about Instagram stories. So, Instagram stories are massively underutilized. I feel like, especially in like the hair, beauty, and aesthetic industry, people use it just to share their availability or other people's posts, which we'll get onto that in a little bit. But yeah, there's so many different things that you can post on your stories. They're actually going to benefit you. So I'm going to be talking about a lot about stories. Okay, so there we go. So a little bit about who am I? If you don't already know, I am a lover of all things pink. I love pink. Even my front door is pink. It's a bit crazy, but we love it. Um, I live in Nottinghamshire with my cockapoo called Ollie. I used to be a hair extension specialist and I transitioned into social media management and then started building up an agency with a team. And I specialize in helping hair, beauty, and aesthetic business owners. So, whether they've got a salon, a clinic, or an academy, to stand out online, attract their dream clients, and build a loyal community. So that is just like a bit of a background about me. Oh, I just broke my ring. That's awkward. So yeah, originally I was in like the corporate industry, working 9 to 5. Then I went into hair extensions, and then from there I've then transitioned into the social media side of things as well. So our mission is to take the stress out of content creation, helping salons, clinics, and academies to attract their dream clients, stand out online, build a loyal community, and give them back their time so they can do what they do best. Also, Emma, if you can just keep an eye on the chat because I actually can't see the chat anymore. I don't know where it's gone. I don't want to mess anything up.
yeah.
So
I'll
just
keep
let me know if people
yeah.
have any questions or anything. Okay, so I just want to know, for those of you that are live, are you currently posting on your stories? So drop a yes, a no, sometimes, just want to know like where we're at kind of thing, just to see what you're currently doing before we dive into the importance of it and what you can be posting.
We've got sometimes and a yes.
Okay, perfect. So if you're a yes, amazing. Um, I'm going to be talking about what kind of things you should be posting, but hopefully you're not posting other people's content on there because that is basically sending your ideal clients away from your page. So I don't know about you, but sometimes social media can be a black hole. I call it the black hole. You can just be scrolling, find something, and then before you know it, you've clicked on something and you're completely in a different place where you started. So if you're posting other people's content on your stories, you're literally giving people like an opportunity to leave your page. And the idea is to keep people on your page as long as possible to get them through the know, like, and trust factor, get them to get to know you, and then move them into the sales journey and hopefully into buying your services or your products. So, yeah, if any of you are posting other people's like reels, like a funny reel, or it could be like a quote, 'cause I see a lot of people doing that. Um, don't do that because you're literally sending people away and they might never come back. So that's just a little tip. So there's a few reasons why people don't post on stories, and this is like what I've kind of thought about and done a bit of research on. So lack of time. Obviously, everyone's always busy. They're a business owner, they're running their business, and they don't always have time to either post on their stories or jump on stories and do a talking story. Or you might not know what to post. So it could be a case of you're ready, you're literally just staring at a screen thinking, what do I need to post today? Or what shall I talk about? And you just, nothing's coming to mind. Maybe you're scared of people, of what other people think. So, being on stories, it can be quite scary because you're putting yourself out there. And it depends if you've got like friends and family on there that you kind of don't want them to see what you're doing, or maybe you feel a little bit embarrassed. Some people don't see the value in it. So people think, oh, I'll post on my grid, but I don't really need to post on stories. Whereas actually, we'll dive into that in a little bit, but you should be focusing a lot on stories because that is where your warm audience are. Or maybe you've got imposter syndrome, so you just don't feel like you are the expert, or you don't feel like you should be showing up on stories because, you don't feel like you're at that point yet. So these are just a few things. If there's anything else that anyone has any like fears about or why people don't post on stories, then pop them in the chat and we can talk about that at the end as well. But hopefully, going through this masterclass, I'll be able to give you some ideas on what to post and also build your confidence so you can actually turn up on stories. So today I'm going to be covering why showing up on stories is so important for your business, how you can show up confidently and consistently. So, not just kind of every now and then, but on a regular basis, turning up, showing up, and feeling confident about it. And then also how to sell on your stories without feeling salesy. Because at the end of the day, we are a business. It's not a personal account. It's not there to just share funny things or, share um, things like behind the scenes and stuff. You also want to sell, like you obviously need part of that in your strategy, but you also need to be selling on your stories because otherwise people are just not going to buy. They're not going to know you're a business. They're just going to think, oh, like she's a cool account to follow, but I don't actually know what she does. So there's a few things that we can do in terms of selling on your stories. So why is it important to show up online? There is over 500 million people watching Instagram stories every day, which is huge. Like, imagine 500 million people in a room. And if you're not, I mean, that's a massive room, right? But if you're not showing up, you're not being visible, you're not putting yourself in front of your ideal clients. And then people are wondering why they're not getting people booking in their services or buying their products. It's because they don't know about you. Stories are a really good place to build connections and engagement. So it's not just like a post where it's a one-way thing. You might get a few comments on a post, but you don't tend to have like conversations. With stories, you can move them into the DMs. You can use polls, you can use sticker taps, you can use question boxes, and really build that engagement and build the connection with your audience. Then people want to get to know the face behind the business. So, especially if you are like an in-person kind of business, so say you are you've got a salon or a clinic or anything where people come into you, even a gym, like people come into you, they want to get to know you before they come in because at the end of the day, if they're going to be spending like half an hour, or even longer with you, sometimes one-on-one as well, it can be quite daunting. So people want to get to know you and think, do I like this person? Are we going to gel together? Like, are we on the same vibe? So yeah, just show like behind the scenes because people want to get to know you, as well as what you do for your business. And your warm leads are literally waiting here to buy from you. So they've already followed you normally. People don't tend to just stalk random stories. But they've already followed you. They like what you do. They like your content. They like your services. And now they're just kind of, binging your stories. They want to know, um, what are you about? Like they want to get to know you. They want to see, is this kind of person that I want to book in with? And do they have what I need and what I want? So, approximately 70% of people watch stories, over 10% who see your feed post due to the algorithm. Obviously, everyone knows about the algorithm. It's got its own system in the background. It's all about engagement. So if your post goes out and it doesn't really do well in terms of engagement, it's not going to be shown in front of many people. So it's just basically going to flop. Whereas your stories, obviously they're only there for 24 hours, but people get to know you through that. They get to they'll continue to watch you on like a daily basis. You'll start to get like a regular community through your stories. And you can also see who's watching you as well. So you can see exactly who is like engaging with your stories or just who's viewing it as well. So they are a really good place to make sure you're showing up. So, got a question for you. So, are you showing your face on your stories? Let me know in the chat. Do you feel confident in showing your face in the stories? And when I say showing your face, it could be a selfie, or it could be talking to the camera, or it could just be filming yourself like working or something, but at least you're on your stories. So you're showing people what you look like and also a bit about like you. So yeah, let me know in the chat. Emma, if you just let me know if anyone says anything.
I will keep an eye on the chat.
Thank you.
No, not confident at all. Another one, yes, once a week I try.
Okay. So someone's not confident and then someone else says they try but they're not confident.
Someone just says, yes, once a week I try. And
Once
the
a
other,
week. Okay.
well, no, not confident at all.
Not confident. Okay. Right. So we've got a few things that we can work on. So trust me, confidence comes with practice. Like this time last year, even, I probably wouldn't have gone on stories, for example. Um, Obviously I would teach my clients to do it, but it comes with practice and it comes with just believing in yourself. But these simple steps will really help you. So the first one is hide or block any specific people from seeing your stories. So that means, say you've got an ex-boyfriend or you've got some friends from school that you used to like hang out with, but you don't talk to anymore, and you just feel like a little bit embarrassed. You don't really want them seeing your stories. You can literally go into your settings. Sorry, I've still got a little bit of a cold. You can go into your settings and you can block or hide your stories from specific people. So if you feel like you don't want to remove them as a follower, you still want to, engage with them maybe, or just remove them completely. Um, or if it's someone who's like friends or family and you don't want to remove them, then you can just hide your stories in your settings. So that is a really good tip because then you can show up confidently and you don't have to worry about people seeing it who you don't want to. Another tip is practicing in front of a mirror. Feels really weird at first, but by the end of it, you'll just be chatting to yourself, like in the mirror, having a conversation. But it really helps because the thing that I find was scary is actually staring at yourself on a camera and you just literally like, it's just a weird feeling because you don't normally just stare at yourself on the camera. So if you practice in front of a mirror or even just practice recording on your phone, um, then that will really help because you'll just get used to seeing yourself, you get used to hearing your voice, and it's really going to help you build your confidence. You can start small, so use selfies and then build up to face to cam videos. So, just like take a selfie, pop some text on there, maybe add a poll or something, make it engaging, but you don't have to straight away go on and start talking to camera. Like it does come with time. So just start small, baby steps, and build up the confidence. Another one is use good lighting because if you use good lighting or even like a subtle filter, because not gonna lie, I might use a little filter. But yeah, if you feel good about yourself, you're gonna feel confident. So if you're worried about how you're looking, just really utilize the lighting, use daylight, use a portable light or a little filter or anything like that. Anything that's gonna make you feel good about yourself, just utilize what you can. And then the last thing is shifting your mindset. So at the end of the day, you are a business, and it's not all about you trying to get the sales. It's also about you helping people because you started your business to help people. If it's hair extensions, for example, you started your business because you wanted to help people feel more confident with their hair, or you've maybe gone through a similar situation where you didn't like your hair, maybe it's like really fine or short, it couldn't grow, anything like that. And then you're thinking, well, you want to attract those people and give them the confidence that you can give them, or you can give them with your service. So it's just a mindset shift sometimes as well, just thinking it's not all about you, it's more about your ideal client and what they need. So hopefully that gives you a few ideas of kind of reasons or ways that you can improve your confidence. But I'd love to know like what is actually stopping you from showing up, or maybe just think about it. Like, why are you not coming on your stories? Why are you not talking on your stories? Why are you not showing your face? What is it, and how can you change that? Because ultimately, if you start changing that, you're going to become more visible and you're going to have more opportunities to speak to your ideal client. So we've talked about showing up confidently. Now we need to talk about how to be consistent. So be authentic. People buy from people. We've probably heard that saying so many times because I know I have. But it is true because people don't buy from logo. They don't buy from, seeing a client, for example, like, yes, transformations are amazing, but they also want to see what you look like. They want to know why they should go to you as opposed to someone else who does exactly the same thing. So be authentic, show behind the scenes. So, talking about like what you get up to in the day, maybe it's your to-do list, maybe it's what clients you've got in for the day. Anything like that is really going to help. Using a mix of content, so you've got educational, sales, storytelling, and personal. Don't just make it all personal, because like I said, it's not a personal account. You need to sell at the end of the day. But also don't make it all salesy because people just switch off and think, I'm bored now. Like I'm not getting anything from this. So you really need to give that mix of content. Make them interactive with polls, stickers, and question boxes. Like I spoke about earlier, try and make it as interactive as possible and make it engaging. So ask questions to your audience, use the question box if you want to know for example, what are they struggling with or what do they want to see on your account. Make it as interactive as possible. And even sticker taps. If you say something like, tap the sticker if you want more information, or if it's just like just a random like personal thing, could be like tap the sticker if you love this too. Just anything to kind of build that interaction and engagement. And then also have a loose plan of what you're going to post or what you're going to talk about. So you don't have to say, Monday I'm going to do this, Tuesday I'm going to do that. And you don't have to have a specific schedule to go through. But it's a good idea to make a list of like ideas of things you can talk about. And then if it feels right on the day, or if it kind of matches what you're talking about with your posts, then you can talk about it on your stories. Or if something happens in the day, you can then talk about it on your stories. Like, just keep it natural, don't make it too structured, but obviously having a plan does help as well. So, how to sell without feeling salesy. So, when you say selling, people think, oh God, I don't want to do that. Like, that's scary, or that's not me. Selling on stories is really simple. It's just building connections, giving value, and then always have a call to action, because if there's no call to action at the end and you've gone through this whole sequence and then you just leave them, they'll be like, okay, cool. Like, what's next? We're going to a different story. You need to tell them, if you want this result, if you want this transformation, if you're struggling with this too, DM the word X or click the link or tap the sticker. Make sure there's a call to action at the end, because otherwise you're just going to leave them hanging and you need to direct them into exactly where you want them to go. So, some top tips for selling on your stories: warm up your audience, so sharing relatable, personal content before selling. So, not just going straight in for the sell. You want to talk about what you've got on for the day, or something personal that's happened, or you're going to the gym, or just something that's like a behind the scenes kind of warming your audience up that way. Then educating and entertaining. So, show your expertise and how you can solve their problem. So rather than just going, hey, here's my offer, please buy it, you need to show like why they should go to you, what makes you different, and how you can solve their problems. So if you're solving the problems with, if we go back to hair extensions, for example, um, they've got thin hair, you can solve their problem by giving them the volume they've always wanted, or giving them the length when the hair won't grow. There's all things like that. So you really need to think about your ideal client, what their problems are, and then speak to those particular problems, but also speak to their desires as well. Use testimonials and social proof. So past or current clients, they can literally do the selling for you. You can, I know people used to do like the Canva feedback things with you just like write it out on Canva, but they don't tend to work as well anymore. So what you should be doing is using screenshots, and then with those screenshots, you can talk about the transformation. So why did they come to you? How were they feeling? What did you do to, give them the result they wanted? How were they feeling after they came to you? And then also how people can get the same result. So the call to action at the end. So again, it's like a journey of taking them through that sequence. Even just with feedback, you can literally sell through someone else's feedback coming through. Another thing is creating urgency. So, limited spots, fast action bonuses, or limited time offers. So, this is something that Emma touched on as well, but urgency is really good because it's going to make people kind of want to buy sooner rather than just thinking, oh, that's always going to be there. So if it is limited spaces, or if it's, if you book within this time frame, you're going to get this discount, or you're going to get this extra freebie or extra thing included, they are really good as well. And clear CTAs, so your call to actions, make sure they are really clear. Tell them exactly how they can book in or sign up and how they can work with you. So, my proven story sales sequence, I've broke this down into like 4 stages to try and make it as simple as possible. But when you use this sequence, it's super easy. We've kind of already spoke about it before already, but just wanted to elaborate on exactly how you can do that. So you've probably heard of a hook. If you haven't heard of a hook, it's basically something to draw in your ideal client. So it could be a statement or it could be a question, and you really want to talk about their problems and their desires. So it could be something like, again, with hair extensions, do you struggle with fine hair? You've tried all the vitamins, it just won't grow. You really struggle to put it up in a ponytail. You feel self-conscious. Like, you can really go into how exactly they're feeling. And then to make it engaging with that hook, you could add on some polls. So with a poll on Instagram, you could say, oh my God, this is me, or yes, I feel like this. Normally I have like two, maybe three. Don't give too many options. I think like four is the max. But yeah, just give like a few options. And then people who actually click on that, you can also message them and say, hey, I noticed you've voted on my poll. Um, you're struggling with X, Y, and Z. I'd love to be able to help you. Like, I'd love to learn more about your situation. Let's have a chat. So it kind of opens up the conversation in the DMs as well, which is really good. So once you've got the hook, people are interested, they're like, oh my God, that is me. The next few slides are going to be talking about either your journey or your client's journey or giving some free value to show like why they should choose you or to show you as an expert. So, for example, the journey could be um, I was feeling like this too. My hair used to be, well, my hair is so fine. I never used to want to go out. And have like pictures taken. I was really self-conscious. It really affected my confidence. Like you could really go into like how you were feeling and then say, and then I found hair extensions. Um, and this is like a game changer because I now feel super confident. I'm always taking selfies. Like I'm always going out with my friends. I love my hair. The curls stay in forever. Like there's so many different things you can go through and you would take them through that journey through the next few slides. And then the offer is going to be, you know, this is how I help my client. So they got hair extensions. And if you want the same, if you want to talk about oh, my brain's gone. So with the offer, you basically want to position yourself as the expert and you want to say, like, this is how I help my client, or this is how I help myself. And then the call to action is then going to be, if you want the same result, or if you're struggling with this too, let me help you, or I'd love to help you, DM the word. And if you give them a specific word, it makes it super easy for them to just go, okay, I'll just DM the word. Like you don't have to go, oh, hi, I'm interested, blah, blah, blah. Just DM a certain word, and then you'll know exactly like where that's come from. So if you make that word specific to that piece of content or to that story sequence, um, then you can then track it back to where it's come from as well. So then you can think when you're doing your content, okay, so that particular messaging landed really well. I'm going to do that again, but as a post or as a reel. So then you can, completely like repurpose your content as well, just by knowing exactly what messaging's working. So if you don't want to do DM the word, if it's a high ticket offer, so maybe like over £100, maybe a couple of £100, I would always get them in the DMs because you really want to get to know them. You want to chat to them about their problems and just talk about like how you can help them. Before you just go, hey, here's my offer. But if it's a low ticket offer, then you can just say, oh, hey, here's the link. Because if it's, like under £100 or something like that, like £20, £30, people don't need to go through as much convincing or as much like conversation. They can just go, oh, cool, I'm going to get this and just give them the link. Or if you want to say, tap the sticker and I'll send you more information, then again, you can just put a sticker on. So whatever you want them to do, just make sure it's really clear at the end with your call to action. So here's an example of a story sale sequence that I've done. So as you can see, we've got the hook at the start. So it's got a bit of text on there. You've already got an established training academy, but your courses aren't fully booked and you know you could be busier. So it's really simple, straight to the point. Then we've got an engaging text box, poll underneath, which says, that's me, or I want more students. So it's kind of either way, if they click on any of them, you know they are your ideal client and you can then reach out and message them. Then we move on to the journey or the value. So this one is your current position. So you've currently got a steady number of students each month, but you want to help more people start a career in the hair aesthetic industry. You're a consistent, I can't even read that, it's really small on my screen. But basically it just paints a picture of the current position. Then it goes into, now imagine this, and you're painting a picture of their desired future of how it could look for them. Then again, we're reiterating, I know you're at this point, I know you're creating content that you think is going to get you inquiries, but you're actually just getting tumbleweed in your DMs. You're burnt out, so it's really painting that current position and really reiterating we know how you're feeling. Then the last one is your offer and your call to action. So I kind of blended these together because it was just in one slide. And it just says, I've got 2 spaces available to start in Jan 2025. So again, you've got that scarcity, you've got that limited availability. Then it's if you're ready to scale your empire, grow your training academy, and become the go-to expert educator in your industry, reply to this story expert so we can work together. So you've got the specific word where they know exactly how to um, get the offer that you're offering. And you've also got the scarcity and the limited availability in there as well. Then we've also got single sales stories. So this is where you've just leave it blank. So let your stories clear for like 24 hours. And then you just want to put a one story with a really, normally with a selfie. Selfies tend to work well because it's more personal and people can, um, they just tend to get more engagement. So the structure I would use is I'm or we're, depending if you're a one-man band or a team, looking for, I'd say like 3 to 5 is a good number. You don't want to go like, I'm looking for 20 because people are like, oh, like I'm one of 20. But if you say 5, even if you had 10 spaces, if it says 5, it sounds more, oh, she only wants 5 and she's chosen me. So it's more specific and it's more narrowed down and it's limited. Then you want to go into the ideal client. So I'm looking for 5 women who struggle with thin hair who want to get more volume and feel confident in the next 30 days. So you've got the ideal client description, who want to, the desired description in time frame, just makes it a bit quicker and it's kind of a bit more of the urgency on there as well. And then you've got the call to action at the end. So DM me or us, depending if you're one man band or a team, the word X if this is you. And then because you've only got one story, your views are going to rocket sky high. And you're also going to get, so you're going to get more visibility, you're going to get more people like seeing your story. Don't post anything else. I know it's like really hard when you start posting on stories and you're like, I want to post. But just don't post anything else for 24 hours. And then the people who are messaging you, the word, reach out to them or reply to them, obviously, and just say, hey, thanks for messaging this word. I'd love to know like what your current position is and really get to know them in the DMs. So what else should you post on stories? Things like feedback from a client. So we've already spoke about that briefly already. Behind the scenes as well. So letting your audience get to know you. What's the vibe? What's the client journey? What is the client journey into like your world? So when they come to your place of work, whether it's a salon or a clinic or a gym or anything like that, like what do they feel? What is the experience? Um, Educate them, so show you're the expert, provide the advice and expertise to your clients, and think about the FAQs that people are asking. So things that people are always in your DMs about, or in person if they're asking questions, or things that you think, oh, people probably don't know that, then just talk about it on your stories. That is a really good place to start in terms of if you don't know what to post. Just think about what do people ask me? What conversations have I had today? And what do people want to know? And then personal things as well. So make sure it's, what do you do on your day off? What are your hobbies? Get to know the person behind the business. People want to know you, not just your business, because they, at the end of the day, they need to be able to know, like, and trust you. So a community is built through engagement. Keep them interesting and make sure you get to know your audience. So just a recap. We've already learned the importance of showing up online, showing up consistently with confidence, and selling on stories without feeling salesy. So that is the end of the masterclass. I hope that has been really useful. Make sure you follow elevateyour.socials for any social media advice, or if you feel free to drop us a DM and we can chat with you in the DMs. But I do also have a little something for you just for joining this call as well. So We offer VIP social success calls, which is where we'll deep dive into your current strategy, refine your messaging, create an action plan, and help you grow your brand with confidence and ease. You're literally going to get 60-minute Zoom call with me. You're going to get 7 days support with through Slack, which is similar to like WhatsApp. You'll get a copy of the recorded session to keep forever, so you'll be able to refer back to it whenever you want. And you'll get an action plan to take your socials to the next level. You'll have everything you need to be able to be the expert online. And normally it's 299, but for 72 hours, it's going to be 199. So you're going to get £100 off. And if you're interested, just scan the QR code. That'll take you to the page and you can book through there. So thanks everyone for listening. Is anyone got any questions? I don't know if there's anyone put anything in the chat, Emma.
Nothing popped up recently, but if anyone
Right.
has anything about what Katie's been through, just pop it in the chat if you've got any questions.
See if I can get back to the chat actually.
What I will just do is because we did have someone join, a couple of people join that may have missed this slide. So just so as a thank you to you guys for joining our masterclass. This QR code will take you to my resources, my lead magnet, so you can have a look, see how it's done. But I also am releasing a brand new program. So if anybody is already, this is a program for people that are already in business. So if you are currently either a solopreneur, service provider, and you're looking to take your business to that next step. So you've not quite reached your financial goals and you're looking for a mentor to help you put the processes and the strategies in place to actually reach those financial goals and take that next step so to elevate your business. This is the brand new program that I'm creating. So as a thank you for you guys to join today, there is a discount. Now, I'm not releasing this program until the 14th of April. So you've got a couple of weeks. But if you are interested, then DM me Freedom over on my Instagram account and I will send you all the details early. It's not been released to anyone yet. So yeah, let me know if you are that person and you're looking to take that next step. But apart from that, thank you everyone for joining us. Let us know if you've got any questions, because I know we've thrown a lot at you in an hour. So, if there's any questions, pop them in the chat. You can obviously, you've got Katie's details, you've got my details. If you want to reach out to us personally over on, probably for me, it's Instagram is my preferred channel. Is that for you as well?
Yeah, same, yeah.
Cool. So please reach out to us if you've got any questions. We're always happy to help. But yeah, we've got a thank you in the chat. Very valuable. Another one, thank you so much. So many takeaways and valuable tips. Excellent. Good, good, good. So yeah,
You said.
fab. That is us done for the evening, Katie.
Amazing. Well, thanks everyone for joining. I hope you found that really useful. Don't forget to follow both of us. So we'll put our we'll send out an email anyway with the recording on there, and then we'll put our handles on there. So if you've got any questions or anything, feel free to just reach out, drop us a DM, and yeah, we can have a little chat.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.